Bear Down Bears fans, another edition of the Windy City Breeze coming your way. Caleb Williams' pro day has come to an end. I'm going to give you my thoughts and impressions on what we saw from his pro day and why the throws aren't the thing that I was most impressed with. All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So Caleb Williams had his pro day today. The Bears were fully in the building. I mean, of course, all 32 teams were there. The stands were packed, but the Chicago Bears are well represented. Feels like Caleb Williams to Chicago is going to be a serious thing, but we'll see. Right, couple more pro days there. I believe Jaden Daniels is the 27th and Drake May the 28th. So somewhere in there, something like that. So some interesting things to see. But listen, some takeaways from Caleb Williams' pro day. Footwork looks good. But it's tough to see great footwork when or to evaluate great footwork when it's just like, hey, kid, drop back. There's nothing here. Go out there and make a throw. Like, it's tough for me, right? Because everything from Caleb Williams, for the most part, looked really good. It told you that he can make all the throws, that he has really good touch, a couple of deep shots there that he was able to complete to Brendan Rice. I think more so, I like what I saw from Brendan Rice because the vibe I got from Caleb Williams just watching from afar was, listen, I'm doing this as a formality. I'm doing this because everybody lost their minds about me not doing anything at the combine, and I said that I would do this, so I'm doing this. But realistically speaking, you guys knew I could make these throws. You guys knew I could hit the deep shot. You guys knew that I could hit the shot over the middle. You guys knew that I could throw to the outside. You knew all of this already. It was kind of a hodgepodge. There was nothing crazy. There was none of the off-schedule stuff. There was none of the, it was all about his work in the pocket, how he was going to react in play action, things like that. And it was good to see him be able to go out there and complete the passes. But at the end of the day, I'm not losing my mind on Caleb Williams and his ability to make passes that I already saw him make in college. I thought that, listen, yes, he made all the right passes. There was and when he got talked to after, there was a couple of the moments where, right, he's like, look, I missed a couple passes. He goes to his misses first, his mistakes first. He's playing the game the right way. I think that everything we needed to know about Caleb Williams, though, we knew well before this. The big news that comes out of this is that Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears had dinner last night, that they spoke to Caleb Williams. That's really what this is all about, getting the character of this guy, figuring out, okay, how are you going to be as a guy in the room? How are you going to be when we're sitting here and we're having an extended conversation? Yes, you could put on a facade, but how long can a facade last if you're really faking it like people are saying you're doing it for the camera, stuff like that? Being able to get in the room with the young man and have long conversations. I don't know how long the dinner was, but being able to sit down and enjoy, maybe a glass of wine or something like that. Being able to enjoy conversation and figure out what kind of player you're really getting in there, the personality of it, how would he deal with certain situations, things like that in a relaxed setting. That is one thing to me that Ryan Poles has absolutely mastered when it comes to the pre-draft stuff. When you talk about the darts or was it darts or putt-putt? The golf, what is it? It's not the simulator, like the practice putting. It's the putting green, right? The practice putting green, right? Like, I like the fact that Ryan Poles has that in place. I think that this is listen, you went through the formality, you find out a little bit more about the guy, but I knew the throws that he could make. The one thing for me that I guess there was one throw that was really nice to see. He takes a deep shot. It's the one that's going to get clipped the most throughout the day. Takes a deep throw to Brendan Rice, down the left middle to the field. Hits him right in the hands. Brendan Rice goes into the end zone. If anything, right, I'm sitting there watching this and I'm going, I need to see that connection more often, and let me see that a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, it was good to see. It was a fun pro day to know that, hey, it confirms everything that we saw when the pressure was on as well. Let me know how you guys felt about Caleb Williams Pro Day. If you didn't get a chance to see Caleb Williams Pro Day, I have a reaction video to it over on the community tab, or not the community tab, I'm sorry, over on the Patreon side. If you are a paid member on the Patreon side, you'll be able to see the Pro Day and my reaction to it. That is, it should be up right about now. So tune in over there. If you're already over on the Patreon side and you haven't signed up yet, make sure that you sign up to become a member. $5 for the price of one of those foot-long cookies. You could become a member of the Windy City Breeze Patreon, and you can support us as YouTube has decided that we're not good enough to make money over here, even though, you know, they keep letting us keep dominating with you guys. The best part of the Pro Day that I thought, if I was going to take anything away from it, if I was going to be excited about, was after everything. Because the commentary around how he is as a leader, how he is as a teammate, how he is as a person, you got to see a glimpse of that. I'm not saying that you could take away everything from it, right? I think it's still moments just like the Pro Day. But his teammates were running to him. They were looking to be hugged up with him. They were looking to talk with him. They were looking to laugh with him. He wrestles with one of his offensive linemen, which, my dog, relax, brother. We don't need you throwing our young quarterback around here. Let's keep this guy bubble wrapped until we can get him onto the field with the Bears. But you know what I'm saying? Like you see the camaraderie that Caleb Williams had with his teammates after, and for a lot of these guys out there, right? Possibly the last time that they'll all be together in that way. Actually, for everybody out there, the last time that they'll all be together in that way, probably for the rest of their careers, right? Like they'll all end up going to different teams and getting different looks, and you know they'll be spread out across the country. Being able to be together like that as a brotherhood. This is one of the last moments of that. So the fact that you were able to see how his receivers were having fun with them, high fives, dancing, laughing, talking, joking, wrestling. I mean, like those are the things that you want to see. And guess what? When you talk about Caleb Williams coming into this situation that he's in, where you're taking over for Justin Fields, who was a beloved leader of this team, who was somebody who was a beloved member of the locker room, who people were willing to follow, who they got behind, who they believed in, right? Like the fact that you have to take over for that guy, it's good to see that camaraderie between the teammates that you currently have. And your hope is that that carries over to the teammates that you're coming into, the brothers that you're going to be associating with on a day in, day out basis here, possibly in Chicago. I think that, it was good to see. It was a fun time for everybody there. And Caleb talked about that in his interview after. He said, I texted all the guys last night and said, listen, this is about having fun. We know what we can do as football players. We need to just go out there and play loose and have fun. I think that that's what you saw from Caleb. I'm going to be honest with you. I think if Caleb didn't have to do any of the pre-draft stuff, he wouldn't, because who cares? It's all on tape. We know what it is. You know what this guy looks like. This was the politician showing his face. That's what it felt like to me. Not to say that Caleb is like going down that road of like the Russell Wilson, like I'm going to be shaking. What's the stupid term they say? Shaking babies and kissing. I don't remember what it is. You know what I'm talking about. It's like the reverse of it. Instead of kissing babies. Oh, shaking babies and kissing hands, whatever it is. But that joke didn't work out. I know, negative 1,500 points to me. That was terrible. But realistically speaking, you could tell that he was like, listen, I'm out here doing what I need to do. I'm going to make my plays. I'm going to make my throws. We're going to have a good time. Here we go. Boom, done. Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of how the whole vibe felt to me. And I'm glad that it did feel that way, because I'll say this. We've seen a lot of guys stress in these moments. We've seen a lot of guys freak out in these moments. We've seen a lot of guys, the pressure gets to them. They tighten up, they tense up, and the throw's underthrown. It's overthrown. He had a bad pro day, right? We've seen guys who come in out of shape. We've seen guys who come in, right, and are dealing with some things, right? Now, I think that the fact that you didn't have to deal with any of that with Caleb Williams is a good thing for you, and that, you know, that's what you want to see from this young man. You want to see him relaxed. You want to see him not feeling the pressure. You want to see him not worried about what his pro day is going to look like. And so I thought he did an excellent job. I guess the biggest thing that comes out of the pro day overall is the measurables. He is 6 foot and 7/8 inches, ladies and gentlemen. An eighth of an inch short of 6'1". You lying bastards. You told us he was 6'1". Shut up. I know that that's all coming. He's 6 foot. We told you he was 6. They measure these guys in their drawers and their socks, bro. Pause. That's crazy. Yo. They measure them in their drawers and their socks. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Caleb Williams is sitting here getting measured up in 3-inch cleats, right? Guess what? He's probably 6'1.5" with cleats on. Like, I could care less about the eighth of an inch. Weight-wise, I think adding a little bit of weight, 217. I believe when he finished college, he was about 210. So now seeing him start that weight gain process to get ready for the league, I do like that. Hand size was 9 7/8 inches. So, you know, still adequate sized hands for the size that he is. And he threw the ball well. That's what it comes down to me. He knew how to throw the football. He wasn't pressured. He didn't feel like he was struggling, and he was glad to get in, get out, and be done with it. Still trying to get workouts scheduled according to him, which is kind of annoying because I'm sure most Bears fans are waiting for this, where the Bears get the one-on-one with him. But I think that that's going to be coming soon. And I think that, listen, successful pro day, Caleb. Hats off to you. If you end up being the Bears' #1 pick, I'm not going to be complaining at all about it. We'll see kind of what the Bears do to fill out the rest of this roster. Make sure that you guys go over to the Patreon side, check out my reaction to Caleb Williams Pro Day with the video on there, and then make sure that you guys are signed up on the Patreon side for the Daily Show. Monday through Friday, we're live for the Daily Show every single week. Tune in with us over there now as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear Don and Caleb Williams had a day. Peace.